morning. Today is January 24th. Welcome to Lawrence County Municipal Court. As you can tell by looking around, it's a pretty big docket today. We've got a lot of folks, so try to have some patience. This is the largest court in the county. I know a lot of people think we want it, the main courthouse is the largest. We have a lot more cases here. So it takes a while to get through all the cases. First, we're going to do the reviews. If you have a review, your name's going to be called. Come up to the table to your right. We're going to go over your file. Then we've got quite a few new cases. Those will be next, called the arraignments, and I'll have some more to say to people about their arraignment before they get called. Call the reviews, please.
Kyle Akers, Casey Barker, Brittany Farley, Isaac Garton, Christopher R. Hale.
Kyle Akers, 22, 25, 27. Okay, Mr. Akers, you've got community service to do.
Yes.
And are you still going to Ashland Integrated Medicine?
Yes.
Do you have any report from them?
I don't with me. I mean, I got one probably from a couple months ago. I gave to my.
I've got one in the file, but I need a new update.
Okay.
Okay, since I don't have a report, I want you to go do a urine screen, and we're gonna talk about you getting your community service done too.
Yeah.
So,
I was gonna note. I'm working at Smithfield, and with the holiday stuff, we've been working 5-6 days a week. I work 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. So, with that being said, there ain't really been any way for me to do it, but we're supposed to be going back down to 4 days a week, starting next week.
Okay, we'll talk about it after you get your urine screen. Go do your urine screen and come back, and we'll discuss everything further.
Okay.
Casey Barker is here. And he's got case numbers 11 through 49, 12, 29, 15, 11, 8, 49, 21, 6, 14. And you're paying on your fines. Do you have a payment?
No, I have no money. I have no job.
Okay.
I'm in treatment.
You need to come out and do some community service. You got a report on this treatment.
I'm good.
Thank you. Is that RRS?
Yeah. I got 20 I can give you now. My cousin just gave me 20.
Okay. Okay, the report says you're compliant with what they want you to do. Here's the thing on your fines. You can work it off. I'll let you do extra community service. Can you get here to do community service?
Yeah.
Okay. You get credit toward your fines for the community service that you do. So there's no excuse for not paying. If you can't pay, we'll let you work.
The last time I checked, I only had 2 days left I could work off.
I'll let you work your costs off too. What you can't work off is restitution. Like if you were to pay somebody else money and we're transferring it to them, it doesn't help them for you to do community service. So.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll set you in about a month for your next hearing. Continue with what you're doing with your treatment. And I'm going to make it February 28th. So that's the last day in February, is your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Brittany Farley. Brittany Farley is 11-153. Hasn't appeared, hasn't finished. This will be a warrant issue for failure to appear. Isaac Garton, 23-652. Hasn't done anything. Be a bench warrant. Christopher Hale, 2487. Mr. Hale is here. Yes, Mr. President. And is that RRS?
Yes, sir.
good report and good screens.
I have 20 to pay on my fine too.
Okay, and you have done some since your last hearing, but you still have community service left. So
Yes.
keep working on that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Make your payment to the clerk,
Yes, Your Honor.
and I'll set you for the February 28th too.
February 28th?
February 28th, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Jared Nolan,
Thank you, sir.
24160. Jared Nolan.
You're going right in and calling this.
Well, I'm calling him now.
Your Honor, he
Jared
is
Nolan.
here.
Jared, well, he can go to the end of the docket. Just go back out and have a seat. We'll be here till the end. John Owsley. John Owsley. And Christopher Reese is on teleconference. So I'll get
Yes, sir.
be with you in a minute, Mr. Reese. John Owsley is 24419. Okay, I'm not seeing that you've done anything on your case.
No, Your Honor, I have a job at UPS. I've been on a probational period. We've been working 6 days a week, and I haven't had a chance.
Okay, so you're gonna pay your fines off today?
I'm going to do it this morning, Your Honor.
Okay. You can do community service any day but Sunday. How many days a week are you working?
Monday through Saturday, but I'm about to be laid off.
Okay, well, get out here, get your community service completed, and you are paying all your fines today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is your first hearing, so I'm gonna give you more time than I did the other folks, but their cases were all. So I'll give you a couple months to get it finished.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And if you do, you don't have to come back. I'll say it exactly, March 24th, so that gives you 2 months to get your 5 days of community service done. It is done, confirm that either with Mr. Cooper or Mr. Major, that's the probation officer or the community service director, then you don't have to be here. So pay, go to the clerk, which is to your right, as you leave the courtroom to pay off your fine.
Thank you, Your
Any
Honor.
questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Reese is on line.
Yes, sir.
How are you today, Mr. Reese?
I'm a little tired. I worked last night, but I'm good. Okay, sir.
All right, so you've paid your fines off. This is actually Judge Landefeld's case, and he was just here last Tuesday, and he has some other cases on conflicts. So what I'm going to do, I'll go out a couple months with you. You should be able to get it done. If you do, you don't have to be here. If there's a further problem, I'll probably get Judge Landefeld to get involved. But at this point, all you got left is your 4 days of community service. So I'm going to set it for March 24th. If you get that done by then, you don't have to pay your case to be completed. Any questions? Any questions, Mr. Reed?
Oh, yes, sir. I'm good.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Denise Sexton, Austin Smoot, Dale Sullivan Jr., William Leroy Tony, Ashley Nicole Webb, Jamie L. Webb, William Wilbur.
Denise Sexton, 24538. Denise Sexton is not here. She was supposed to be with Thrive also. She hasn't done anything on her case, so she gets a warrant for failure here. Austin Smoot, 24176 is here. It's on an ODI. You've done all your community service. You have not done your 3-day school.
Yes, Your Honor,
How
I
much you
paid,
have left to do is that, it looks like.
yes, I paid for it in October. They changed the dates on me. I couldn't get off work, but I did pay for it for March 13th.
Okay, did they make you pay again?
Yes.
Okay. Well, March 13th is when you're supposed to report for the dip school?
Yes.
Okay. I'll set this then for March 31st. If you get a successful report in here by then, you don't have to come back.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
You'll be finished then. March 31st, 9 a.m. just confirm that it gets filed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Dale Sullivan, 21-31-45. Dale Sullivan hasn't done anything, will be a warrant for failure of appear. William Tony has done 3 days community service, and that's it. Hasn't appeared, so it'll be a bench warrant for failure of appear. Ashley Nicole Webb is here. I've reviewed your file this morning, and after reviewing, I want you to do a urine screen today. So go to the probation office, and we'll have a urine screen done and have you back in after that's done. Jamie Welch. She's been pretty good about coming, so I'm surprised she's not here today. All right, Jamie Welch failed to appear today. She's got several cases: 21-357, 18-34-32, 14-11-84. There'll be a bench warrant for failure to appear. William Wilburn. William J. Wilburn II. Okay, I do have a letter. He's done everything with the dip school, and I do have a letter in the file saying his class was continued till March 13th. So I'm going to set it for March 31st, like the previous gentleman. And if he gets the report in here, he'll be finished. He's paid his fine and done his community service. March 31st at 9 a.m.
State of Ohio recalls Kyle Akers.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Akers has his medication with him. He takes Adderall, and I believe that's what's making test positive for amphetamines, and he's got his prescriptions for Suboxone also, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. That'll be acceptable. You gotta get your community service done.
Yes.
And when can you give me a date you can be out here?
Well, that's kind of hard to do. I mean, if,
Well, here, let me explain to you, Mr. Akers. You got a jail sentence,
yes,
and that jail sentence was suspended on the conditions you do community service.
yes, sir.
So, in light of that,
Okay, then.
don't start telling me how hard it is to get here.
No, I mean, that's fine.
I'll go to jail.
I'll tell my job. They just run on a point system, so every day I miss is 2 points. When it adds up to 10 points, I'll lose that job.
What's your work schedule?
Huh?
What's your work schedule?
Monday through Friday to Monday through Saturday. Sometimes we work 5 days a week. Some days we work 6 days a week. I work 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. in the
Every
morning.
week that you don't work on Saturday, you can be here for community service.
So I get home at 3:30 in the morning. So get up 3 hours later, and I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 31.
I think
Got
you should be
4
able to
kids.
do- Here's the option. Here's your other option. I mean, this is a case that's gone on 3 years.
Yes.
3 years and you haven't done any community service in 3 years.
Yes, sir. I've been locked up.
Just be quiet and listen to me for a minute. You had the option of doing community service instead of going to jail.
Yes, sir.
And you're trying to give me excuse after excuse why you can't get in here. If I put you in jail, you can just sit on a cot if you have one.
No,
A
sir.
lot of times people don't even have a cot. They're on a mat on the floor at our jail. Is that where you want to be?
No, sir.
Well, get your person out here and get this done.
Okay.
No excuses.
Yes, sir.
Back in the holding cell. I'm going to think about it some more. You might just go to jail.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a lockup right back here. You can go sit there for the rest of the day.
Your Honor, we're ready for arraignments.
I'm tired of excuses, folks. 3 years and he can't do 1 day of community service in 3 years. And then wants to say they're making excuses why he can't get it done. There's always jail as an option. Okay, we're going to start with the new cases, and your name will get called just like the last folks, but it's going to be, for the most part, individuals. So when your name is called, if you're out in the lobby, come in immediately. Your name is called. Stand behind the table to your right, and I'm going to go over the charges with you. I don't file the charges. I don't know if they're true or not. That's the prosecutor's job. They file the charges. I judge the charges. They may be totally false, but you need to understand what you're charged with. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. But if you do get up here and start making statements, it's all on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have a lawyer. You have a right to have a lawyer appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail. You have a right to make the state prove any charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a guilty plea or a no contest plea, either one of those, you're waiving those rights I just explained. You should not waive your rights if you don't understand what's happening. If you want to talk to a lawyer, ma'am, have a seat. I'm talking. If you don't understand what's happening, if you are confused and you don't know what to do, enter a not guilty plea. That's the safest plea you can enter. Okay, if you want to get up, you can go now. Call the first case.
Arraignments, missed a hearing, first time appearing, needs to be in the courtroom now.
State of Ohio versus Jesse J. Ward, case number TRD 24505.
Okay, which one of you is Jesse Ward? Well, who are you, sir?
I'm his pastor, Your Honor.
Okay, well, you need to go back and have a seat unless you're a lawyer.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's good that you're here to support him, but you gotta be a member of the bar to come over the bar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ward, it's alleged that you missed a sentencing hearing. On May the 28th of 24. And it looks like you just got arrested recently and posted a new bond. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so do you admit or do you deny that you failed to appear for your hearing?
Yes.
Yes, you admit?
Admit, yes.
Do you have a good reason for not coming to court when you were ordered to?
I was in a mental hospital, and they should have sent you all something. But in the midst of that, I mean, it's taken a while to get the medicines regulated and things like that, and I'm just now getting around to that, back out into, public.
Okay, well, it's not like you didn't come voluntarily, you got arrested and
Right.
you post a bond, right? Okay, and this was on a driving under suspension. I think you were given some time to try to get your license back.
Correct.
Did you get your license back?
I'm just now being released from the mental hospital to even be out in public and driving and things like that. So I'm willing to go and get it all taken care of if you give me the opportunity to.
Well, this has been since, we're coming up on a year since you had your citation, and you were missing from court since May. You were supposed to be back in court in May, and you weren't here and haven't been here since then. So I'm going to go ahead and sentence you now. Looks like this was a crash. Yeah, there's a traffic crash report. You struck another vehicle, but it looks like from the citation you did have insurance. So
Yeah, they struck me.
Oh, is that correct?
Yes,
Let me
sir.
read the full report then. 'Cause that makes a difference.
Yeah, they struck me, coming the wrong way.
Okay, Unit 1 was going south, County Road 1. Unit 2 was stopped at the intersection of County Road 450. And County Road 1, Unit 2 made a left turn on the County Road 450 from County Road 1 instruction unit 2. And you were driving unit 2. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to give, because of that, since it wasn't your fault, I'm going to give you more of a chance to get your license back
Thank you, sir.
before I sentence you. And maybe I'll even dismiss it at that point to get your license back.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What do you need to do to get your license back?
I've already paid the reinstatement fee. I've just got to get to the DMV and get it done.
Okay. Where do you live?
South Point.
You're supposed to be able to now go to the local DMV.
Mm-hmm.
You must have lived in West Virginia at one time, did you?
At one point I did.
Because you called it DMV. In Ohio, it's actually
It's BMV, yes, sir.
It's no big deal. There's one in Proctorville, there's one in Ironton. You're supposed to be able to go in there, and they've got access to your computer records right there. They can walk you through what you need to do to get your license back.
Okay.
So do that. You think you can do, you should be able to get that done in a month, right?
Yes.
Are you working at all?
Yes.
What's your work schedule?
Monday through Friday, 9 to 5.
Well, we're gonna have to come back on a Monday or Friday, which is better for you.
Friday.
Let's make it March 28th. That's the last Friday in March. So I'm going to set it as a sentencing hearing at 10 o'clock. And I'll make a note to look at dismissal if you get reinstated, since the accident wasn't your fault. And you've got a bond up now, so if you don't come to court now, you're going to have somebody tracking you down, the bail bondsman. So
Okay.
come to court when you're supposed to.
March 28th, correct?
March 28th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Pastor, thank you for being here with him and for supporting him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio recalls Ashley Nicole Webb, case number CRB 24711.
Okay, much better screen than you've given in the past, so good.
Yes.
Okay, you still have a fine and you got community service to do. You have done some since your last hearing, so you're making progress. Good job.
Thank you. I plan to do my community service just every Wednesday as I'm off work. I wanted to make it through the holidays and stuff.
That's fine.
And-
You're actually working at it. I get so many, I could fill up 3 jails with the people who don't do anything. So you're at least making an effort, so I'll work with you, and your screens are good, so
Thank you.
that's great. That's what I want to see. So good job.
Thank you.
March 28th will be your next hearing at 9 o'clock.
March 28th.
Yes, ma'am. That's the last Friday in March.
I have a question.
Okay?
If I were to pay off the fines and do the community service before that time, would I need to come or
Okay, let me
still
look at what
come?
your order says. You have to come back because I ordered you to get treatment, and I want to see what you're doing, what your screens are. If you come back and have a clean screen, March 28th, I may finish you up then.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
State of Ohio versus Richard Sloan, case number CRB 14630.
I'm sorry.
Sir, you're Richard Sloan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Sloan, this is a really old case, and it says you missed a review hearing back in 2019, February 15th exactly, and it was on a theft charge. And you got arrested on the warrant, and they have posted a bond now. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you admit or do you deny that you failed to come to that review hearing back in 2019?
I admit it.
Do you have a good explanation for not coming to court?
I was released from here to the state of West Virginia, which I did like 2 years.
Okay. All right, well, you should have technically, as soon as you got out of West Virginia custody, you should have turned yourself in, but you didn't. Now you're back, so you got a bond up. You still owe fines and court costs. Nothing was ever paid on that. So you can pay it or work it off or a combination of the two. Where are you living now?
Lancaster?
Okay. Did you get arrested up there?
No.
Here?
So, yeah.
You have some connection here then?
Yes, family.
Okay. So it's not like you're not going to be in this area?
Correct.
I'll let you do, if you're living in Lancaster, and they don't say Lancaster either, do they? Say Lancaster.
Lancaster.
If you want to do the community service up there, that's fine. I don't know if that municipal court has a community service program, but I'll accept it if it's from a municipal court, common police court, or some legitimate charitable organization, or you can come here. and
I'll
do
look into it, Your Honor. I'll look into it.
But you, so I'll set your next hearing in a month, so we'll make it March 24th. 9 a.m. Any questions, sir?
No, sir.
Yeah, that's all.
Thank you.
Oh, you've got a bond up, so I'm gonna change it. It's gonna be a sentencing. That's how it lets me know there's a bond up. So it'll be at 10 a.m., not 9.
Understood, sir.
10 a.m., March 24th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Elson Childers, case number TRC 23629, A, B, and C.
All right, and you, sir, you're Elson Childers.
Yes, sir.
This was case number 23629. It was an OVI conviction, and it's alleged you did not appear for a review hearing on it May the 3rd of 2024. You got a warrant issued. Then you got arrested on the warrant and had to post a bond to secure your appearance today. You admit or deny that's true?
Admit.
You have an explanation for not coming to your review hearings? A
Uh,
good explanation. Let me put good. Everybody's got an excuse, but I want a good excuse. There's not many, but if you're locked up, that's a good one.
So about a year ago, my grandmother passed away, and since then, I've had severe anxiety. Like, it's gotten to the point where I can barely get out. But I've started getting better, and was actually had a plan to try to get back on this.
Okay. You look at your judgment entry and see what you were supposed to be doing. You've got 3 days community service left, I can see that. You got to go to the driver, you did the driver intervention program, you did finish that, so that's done. So you just have to pay your fines and do your community service to finish up. And this will be a sentencing hearing because you have a bond now, and you understand if you don't show, the bail bondsman will come and snatch you up and take you to jail.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's the way it works. And it's not going to be like he's going to wait 3 months. He's going to come right away.
Yes, sir.
Because he doesn't want to pay the $2,500 that he secured your appearance with. And he doesn't pay it. He never pays because he always gets the people. Okay, I'm going to set it for March 31st. That's the last day of March. It'll be a sentencing hearing. 10 o'clock. I'm making a note about your bond. Let's get it finished and you can go come to these hearings. March 31st, 10 o'clock. You're free to go.
State of Ohio versus Brian Burgess, case number CRB 2537, CRA 23144.
This is Mr. DeWater's case. There's a new charge filed.
Yeah, there is, Your Honor, and we've received a copy of the complaint. We'd waive a reading of it. Enter not guilty plea. It's my understanding the state's requesting a temporary restraining order, so Mr. Burgess doesn't have any objection to that. I'll have him sign it.
Well, we are requesting one.
All right, so there'll be a protection order for Mr. Burgess to stay away from Randy Burgess. no contact, no posting about her. We had a prior case, 23-144, that's set for February 3rd. That was on a 90-day matter. I'm assuming since this new charge got filed, that's off the table now, or?
Well, we would like to have maybe this case set for that day, if that's possible. Although this, yeah, it's an M2, so we'd like to have it set for that day as well.
Are you available then?
Yes.
Okay. So both cases then now will be set for February 3rd. It'll be a pretrial on this new charge, entering a not guilty plea for it.
Your Honor, Mr. Burgess will sign the restraining order.
He's
However,
posted a bond also on this, so that's
Yes.
continued. And he's got a bond on the previous case, looks like.
he's asked me a question, though, that I think maybe I need to ask you, and maybe I can get Mr. Hill's input on this. These two people are married, and they've been married for a long time. I think that Mrs. Burgess has been contacting Mr. Burgess's sister to try to arrange for him to get clothing and things, which he's okay with, but he doesn't want that to be perceived as a violation of the restraining order. So he knows he's not to have any contact with her, he's not to go around her. I told him not even to go to the house, he can't even go to the house. But his sister may coordinate exchanging those things, I guess.
Okay. Is that agreeable? What's the position of the state on that?
About him getting his
His sister, is the sister an okay person to be the go-between as far as getting materials and?
I've never had a problem with his sister.
So you're okay with her contacting?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's an appropriate way to handle it. He's gonna be ordered to stay away from you, but his sister isn't.
How about the other kids?
Now, there's also the matter that this young lady has let me know that their joint bank account has been drained, so that it creates a problem. And I think that that's prohibited in a protection order as well. So,
He did, I told him yesterday after I talked to him to get his paycheck out of the bank account, because his paycheck gets directly deposited, so he did do that, it was in my direction. So, I told him to do that.
Okay, well, I mean, there wasn't a protection order in place till today. Don't change any, we're gonna maintain the status quo. It's my understanding there may be some sort of domestic action following. That court will have more direct control over what people do with their assets.
Right, I'll try to contact, I don't know who Mrs. Burgess's lawyer is, I believe it's somebody with McCown's office, but Your Honor, I'll follow up with them when they get back in town and try to get that moving.
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of two different conversations. I didn't hear what you said.
I've been told that she's represented by somebody at Mark McCown's office, I don't know who. Oh, okay, so it's Mr. Holt, apparently. So he's easy to get a hold of. He's right next door to me anyway, so I'll get a hold of him later today.
Okay. Is there anything else that you believe this court should address that we haven't talked about?
I don't believe so. But hopefully, since there is, I don't know if the divorce action's already pending or they're going to file it.
I don't think so.
As far as we know, not pending yet.
So,
All right, the next hearing is February 3rd at 10 o'clock now.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
what's he getting back? Well, this is just the arraignment.
State of Ohio versus Michael Henson, number TRC 2578. Michael Henson.
Michael Henson. And Michael Henson has been called, has not appeared. There will be a KPS issued for his arrest to the State Highway Patrol as their citation for failure to appear. He was cited to be here today at 9 a.m. and it's after that now.
State of Ohio versus Darius S. Aldridge, case number CRB 2512.
And sir, are you Darius S. Aldridge?
Yes, sir.
Have you received a copy of the charge, Mr. Aldridge?
Yes, sir.
The charge alleges an assault charge against you. And on December 28th of 2024, in Union Township, you knowingly caused or tried to cause physical harm to Natasha Mahan. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. It carries a maximum penalty of 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand this charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights that I explained at the beginning of the court?
Yes, sir.
Any questions before you enter a plea?
No, sir.
What plea do you wish to enter?
Not guilty.
You want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Appointed.
Do you have any income?
I'm on SSI. I have $967 a month, every month.
I'll appoint Mr. Stratton to represent you.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
I'm entering a not guilty plea for Mr. Aldridge.
You posted bond?
No.
Okay.
Is there a protection order requested?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, is there any problem, Mr. Aldridge, for you to stay away from Natasha Mahan?
No problem at all, your sir.
You don't live together or anything like that?
No, sir. She worked at Giovanni's and I was going in there. It was just a dispute.
I'm just going to order that you stay away from her.
Yes, sir.
Go around her, contact her, or post anything about her.
Exactly.
This is the protection order. Sign those two places right here.
Yeah. Right here, right? He can sign a $1,000 signature bond.
Yes. And this is the bond.
Okay. Mr. Stratton, I'm looking in February, probably the 7th or after for work in February.
The 7th would be fine, Your Honor.
All right, February 7th is the next hearing.
Okay.
That will be a pre-trial at 10 o'clock.
All right, thank you, Your
Not
Honor.
guilty pleas entered.
We'll step outside your time.
Thank you. Thank you, your honor. Have a good day.
Two.
State of Ohio versus Philip Kazad, case number CRB 24815. Philip Kazad.
Take your hat off, sir. Philip Kazad, 24815. Okay, this will be passed for service. I've got a return of service on this by the sheriff's office. It says it was left at the residence of the alleged defendant, and that's insufficient, so case is passed for service.
State of Ohio versus John Scott Heifer, case number CRB 24216.
And you're John Scott Pfeiffer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Pfeiffer, you had a review hearing last Friday, it looks like, on the theft case, and so as you weren't here then, you're here today.
Yes, sir. I made an honest mistake. I wrote down that it was for this Wednesday, because every day that I've had court, it's been on a Wednesday, and I don't know.
Well, that's kind of, that's when Common Police Court has their report. Okay, so you did pay off your fine some time ago. You still have community service to do.
Yes, sir.
A warrant hadn't been issued on your case, so I won't issue a warrant.
Okay.
Since you came in on your own, I'll give you some more time to get your community service done.
Great, appreciate it.
You can do it, I explained that before.
Yes.
Any day but Sunday, here at court.
Well, the church, I had another case, and I had community service hours in the church. I'm not affiliated with that church. I don't go there. It was somebody a friend referred it to me, and I got my hours from them done. I was waiting on them to tell me, hey, I got some hours for you. Can you get here?
What church is that?
I don't even know the name of the church. I've never been to it.
It would have to be verified, Your Honor.
Yeah, they told me that if I got a letterhead, and a letter sent.
I want to speak to someone there. He can come and speak to me in my office, and I'll talk to him.
Talk to Mr. Cooper about that. Now, that, from what I understand, you're telling me you're talking about another court letting you do it there. So
Yes.
that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to let you do it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you need to talk in advance with either Mr. Cooper or Mr. Major about that.
I did on my last court date. They said that if I got a letterhead with them saying that they were going to work me and I'm not affiliated, that should work out.
That was here?
Yes.
Okay, we'll discuss it with Mr. Cooper or Mr. Major again before you leave.
Okay.
No warrants to be issued. I'll give you, this is a fairly new case, so I'm going to give you into March to get stuff done before you have to come back.
Okay.
Are you working, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's a Monday or Friday. I'm going to set you for March the 10th, as your next hearing. March the 10th, 9 o'clock. If you get your community service finished, confirm that with your probation officer. You don't have to be here on March the 10th for the review hearing.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Free to go.
State of Ohio versus Ellis Smith, case number CRB 2452.
Ellis Smith.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, this was set for the 13th, so a few days ago, he didn't appear. That may have been one of the bad weather days.
Yes, sir. I couldn't get off the hill. My car slid in the ditch. I just got it towed out of the ditch there.
Okay, you have done some of your community service, you just haven't finished it, and you have some fines. You did make a payment on your fine
Yes, sir.
today, so I'll give you more time. No warrant. If there was a warrant, it should be withdrawn. But since you appeared on your own.
Sorry about that, sir.
And I'll set you in February. This is the end of February. So let's make it the 28th. February 28th is your next hearing. If you get everything done, you don't have to be here. February 28th at 9 a.m.
If I get my community service done,
Community service and, well, you got a fine too, so unlikely you're gonna get it done, but if you do, that's what these review hearings are for, is make sure people do what they're ordered to do. Once you finish it, you quit coming to the review hearings.
yes, sir.
And you can work off your fine if you can't pay it. Extra community service goes toward your fine.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Deshaun Cooper, case number TRC 242141.
And you're Deshaun Cooper?
Yes.
And this was a case set for last Friday.
Yeah.
And do you have a report for me? Or something?
Yes.
Paper?
This is my client history from back years.
Okay. Well, you entered a plea, I just delayed the sentencing, so I think it's time to go ahead and sentence you now.
Okay.
Are these my copies?
Yeah, you can have them.
Okay, I'll keep them. And it looks like your issue was alcohol, was not drugs, so I'm not going to make you do a urine screen today.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to tell me about this before I sentence you?
I've gotten on bipolar med, anxiety medication, continued through my therapy and AA meetings also.
Okay. All right, this was an OBI with a breath test score of 138, so that's over the per se level under Ohio law, which is 8. So I'm going to impose a $500 fine. Where you pay the court costs, $125. 6-month license suspension that started October 13th, the day of the arrest, so it'll be up in April, but you'll still have to get reinstated. You have Kentucky driver's license?
West Virginia.
West Virginia, okay. Well, you'll still have to take some steps to get reinstated. It doesn't automatically reinstate after the suspension.
Okay.
In fact, West Virginia will make, I'm going to order you go to the 3-day school. They're going to make you show proof that you've attended it before they'll give you your license back, as I understand it, from other people who have West Virginia license and got an OBI conviction. 5 days of community service, 2 years of level 4 probation. Require you to go to the driver intervention program. And there's one here in Lawrence County, but you don't have to go to the one here. You can go to any program that's approved by the state. There's one in Scioto County, and I'm sure the big cities have multiple programs you can go to. It is a 3-day inpatient program where you have to go stay for 3 days.
Okay.
I have to give you that, or you have to go to jail. Those are the options under Ohio law. Continue with your treatment and at Pathways, and you've been doing that before this even happened, right?
Well, no, I just started Pathways. That's where I got my drug and alcohol screening, yeah.
Okay. Well, I want you to continue going there, but that doesn't take the place of going to the dip school. Okay.
Okay.
I think that's everything. His review hearing will make for March 31st. Be your first review hearing. He had a driving outside the lane charge. I'll put a $10 fine on that. You'll need to see Mr. Major in the probation office, and if you have any questions.
What time on the 31st?
31st at 9 a.m. is your review hearing. 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Michaela Baker, case number CRB 24754.
24754, Michaela Baker. Is it Southern Hope?
Yes, sir.
No, he just turned some community service and I will have to verify it.
Okay.
It's a call from the home.
Okay, the report from Southern Hope looks good. As part of his order. You were supposed to be here January the 6th. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you have an explanation for not being here then?
Well, I was informed because I messaged Josh Cooper that court was canceled due to the weather.
Okay, That is correct.
Caleb Baker, remember?
I don't remember, but
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm not sure I'll accept this community service.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well, I was informed that it would be because I called
Who did you ask?
the probation officer, and he said it would be accepted.
We've never,
Because the only day that I have off is Sunday. That's the only day I have off, because I work for the crematory.
I'll definitely
Okay.
accept.
no.
Because he was doing it as far as
No.
the
No.
church and stuff like
No,
that.
you cannot do that here. We've never accepted that.
Okay.
I'm not gonna start now. So, you can do it here 6 days a week. You can go to the dog pound in Ironton on Sundays, but you gotta make an appointment to do it there.
All right.
Okay, so you got a good report on your treatment, so you are working.
Yes, sir.
You have a payment on your fines today.
Yes, I do. I actually can go out to the car and I can get cash.
How much are you gonna pay?
I can put $50 down on it.
Okay, I'll put you down for that. You see the clerk to make that payment. So what's your work schedule? You said Monday?
Monday through Saturday,
Well,
8 a.m. to 8 to 5.
you have to come back to court on either a Monday or Friday, which is better.
Fridays is going to be the easiest.
Okay. I'll set your next hearing for February 21st. That's a Friday, February 21st at 9 a.m. I'll cancel any warrant that, if there had been a warrant, I don't know if there was one, but if there was, it'll be canceled. See the clerk to make your payment.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Continue with your treatment.
Thank you, Ron.
State of Ohio versus Jonathan Harris Jr., case number CRB 24278, A, B, C, and D, TRD 241038, and D, TRC 24932, CRB 23429, A and B.
All right, Jonathan Harris is here. This was set for reviewing. This is the day the court was closed. It's the only time we've ever closed for whatever time that I've been in office. January the 6th, he's here today, so cancel any warrant. I don't think there would have been a warrant issued. Is that amended reads? Compliant with the program there. And are you in transitional now, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing,
Looking
transition.
for a job?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can wait on you to get a job before you pay on your fines. I think you've got some community service though you can do. Let's see.
I think I got like 18 hours left, I think.
Okay, well, actually, it looks like, I don't see any order, but you can do that toward your fine.
Okay.
You can do it at Iron Municipal, you're in the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your next hearing will be February 21st, 9 o'clock. Okay. Good report.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Taylor Carpenter, case number CRA 23189A and B, CRB 23191.
All right, Ms. Permiter is also in the briefs.
Permission to approach, Your Honor?
Yes. All of our community service is done. and is compliant with our program, and is looking for work.
Yes.
Okay. So same thing applies, if you want to do extra community service, it'll go toward your fine.
I just set that up with Major.
Okay, good. All right, good job, keep it up. I'll set you for February 21st,
Okay, thank you.
9 o'clock. Make sure there's no warrant out for her.
State of Ohio versus Brandon Spencer, case number TRC 12-570.
Permission to approach, Your Honor.
Yes.
Your Honor, in addition to that, he has completed our program. I sent in a copy of the certificate to Mr. Major, but I did not get to print one off.
All right, thank you. So all we got to do to finish you up is your community service.
You said if I completed this program, that you would dismiss the community service.
I did on November 25th, I said I would dismiss your case if you successfully completed it and agreed, so you are correct. All right, your case is completed.
Thank you, sir.
You're out of your license. Free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jeremiah Stephen Gerald, case number TRC 2594A and B, CRA 2539.
Your Honor, I've been retained by Mr. Gerald. Looks like this has changed since he was retained, though. It looked like he was filed as a misdemeanor when I looked at it yesterday.
There's a improper handling of a firearm also.
Yeah, it was on the docket as an M4, so I wasn't aware that it was going to be filed as a felony. So if you give us just a second, take a look at it. Well, at this point, we'd like to enter a not guilty plea to the misdemeanor and ask to have this set for the 31st, if we could, Your Honor.
State agreeable with that?
Yes, Your Honor.
With the time waiver?
It will. I think that would be fine. And did you post a bond? Okay, he didn't post a bond, so I'm going to ask for an OR bond at this time, Your Honor.
Any objections to the OR?
No, Your Honor.
Yeah, he can sign a $2,000 OR bond.
Signed it in here.
And the next hearing will be January 31st. That will be preliminary hearing and pre-trial. 10 o'clock.
31st, I'll talk to you about it. Thank you. That's your copy. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Osmond Quinones, case number TRC 242376. Your Honor, this is a pre-trial.
Okay, we're starting pre-trials. This is Ms. Kennan, is that correct?
Yes, good morning, Judge.
Good morning. All right, this is on the docket today for a pre-trial. Has there been any discussions between counsel?
Yes, sir, I feel it's very likely that we have this case worked out. There's a language barrier between myself and my client, so my request would be to reset the pre-trial for 2 weeks so that I can communicate with him through an interpreter and make sure that we are settled. And if we are, in fact, I would ask that we be able to put that on the record in 2 weeks.
Okay, so let's see.
And Judge, just as an aside, I had filed a notice or request for an interpreter to assist with the court proceedings, and I believe that was denied, but if I could make that request again for the next court date.
Well, I think it was just in the format. We're not going to bring somebody down from Columbus, but what would the Supreme Court has availed us of is we can call in, you can get an interpreter that way. Is that what you're?
Yes, sir, I've recently learned that, yes.
Okay. Well, that would be granted. The other option I would give you, if you want somebody in person, well, he's not certified by the Supreme Court. We've got some, and I don't know that he's available here, I haven't talked to him. But Mr. Lucas teaches Spanish at the university, and sometimes he will come. We have had him come and interpret for people. That way, if there's somebody here in person, you can go have a private meeting on the phone with somebody you're trying to have interpretation through the phone. So, but if you want to do that, I need to know in advance, or we can do the Supreme Court.
I think we can make it with the Supreme Court route, but if not, I'll file something,
Okay.
make everybody aware.
Well, what I'm going to do, if it's the Supreme Court, we just call them that day and they put somebody on the phone immediately.
That would be wonderful.
Okay. Now, the only thing is, I don't know how that works as far as you having a conference outside the courtroom. If they'll do that, I'm assuming they would, but I don't know.
I think my office has found a way to get my part of it handled. I just want to ensure that we're protected and that have done everything we need to for in the courtroom.
Okay. All right, well, that will work. We have that, we've done that in the past, and it's pretty accessible. We just call them that morning and they'll put somebody on the line. So that will be February 7th then, is when we're going to have that next
Yes, sir.
hearing, set it as a pretrial?
Yes,
Also,
sir.
February 7th for pretrial at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
You are.
Maybe we'd be excused.
Yes, yes.
State of Ohio versus Shelley Clay, case number CRB 24-162.
Mr. Smith's case set for pretrial.
Judge, this is a case that's been going on for a while. I guess informally, we kind of did a 90-day situation. There's been no further incidents according to the prosecutor's office. I believe the state at this point with Nolly with the right to refile if some new evidence came about or the victim called their office.
Is that correct, Mr. Green?
Yes, Your Honor. We haven't had contact, despite our efforts in the recent past, to see if there's been any change. But in the past, that was our intent, and we expressed that to the court back in July, that we would do that. So, but we're following through with the 90-day dismissal, but we also want to reserve the right to refile it if the victim comes forth and says there's a valid reason to have not dismissed it.
Okay. Is that with or without cost?
Without cost, Your Honor.
Okay. The outright knowledge today.
Appreciate it, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Williamson, case number CRA 21-519, TRC 21-1959, A and B.
Mr. Williamson is here. Smith is the attorney. And I did get a text from Amanda Rayburn.
Yeah, okay, I was going to ask the judge.
Doing well.
Good. Judge, we're not at the finish line yet, but I'd ask to come back and see how he's doing. He intends to cooperate with the VA. He says it's wonderful out there, and he's apparently doing very well.
You got a good report. Good. So let's make it 2 months. March 24th.
That's February. Yes, that's fine. That'll work.
March 24th. Control and read.
Do what you do.
Good job, Mr. Williamson.
State of Ohio versus Joseph Padilla, case number CRB 24615, CRB 24510.
All right. We have a letter for you here, Your Honor. Any problem?
Yes. Okay, that's a good report from OVP. Good job. How does the state and defense wish to proceed this?
We are satisfied that he's making progress. I don't know whether the report indicates a sufficient amount of completion in order to just
It just says he's compliant, it doesn't say he's finished.
yeah, so we'd be okay with him continuing on.
Yeah, if I can say something.
Go ahead.
If I get out of the court system, I was gonna continue doing that. That's why it's never gonna say that I'm gonna compete it. Just whenever you feel free, but I'm gonna continue with IOP, that's the thing, that's why it's never gonna say.
So, Your Honor, maybe in the next report you can get them to actually say that. I'll put in
Okay.
there that this will be an ongoing thing.
Yeah, 'cause I choose to continue going.
Yeah. Maybe we can have that in the report, Your Honor, next time, and maybe we can use that to finish the case.
Let's go into March, because this was a fall case. It's happened in fall.
right.
So it'll give us approximately 6 months.
Any day except the 3rd.
31st, March 31st.
Great. That's 31st. We'll be done.
Okay, so I just let them know, say, hey, that I'm just gonna continue doing that.
Yeah. It's something I'll report about that.
Thank you, sir.
State of Ohio versus Troy Dwayne Edwards, case number CRA 24594. Troy Dwayne Edwards.
Mr. Stratton's case, and it's as a preliminary hearing.
Your Honor, he was at OVP.
Correct.
I'm not sure where he is today. We were here on the 12th, on the 2nd of December, and he was compliant with OVP, so.
Is there anyone today from OVP? Haven't seen.
Yeah, I don't think there is. If you give me 7 days, Your Honor, I'll find out what's going on.
You want the warrant from here, or this is a felony, actually?
Yes, warrant from, yeah.
No, you do, what about?
We're okay with giving him 7 days.
All right, so it'll be a warrant from here, issued in 7 days, as of here.
State of Ohio versus Alexander Jones, case number CRB 24383.
Your Honor, we were here on the 23rd, and he was supposed to go into sober living. He was unable to go that following week, or those following days, but he is willing to go today. He was actually, I think, willing to go last week, but he had to come back to court because he didn't go when he was actually supposed to go. Okay, so, but he's willing to go today.
Yes, we have that.
You're still willing to take him?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, he's ordered to go inpatient today. And just to make sure that happens, let's come back fairly quickly. About the 7th, February 7th?
Yeah, perfect, Your Honor.
That's 2 weeks. Next hearing is February 7th for pretrial.
State of Ohio versus Amber Mills, case number CRV 23621, CRV 23556.
Mr. Stratton's case. Is it hometown? Yes. Good report.
Yeah, very good report.
Come back in about a month.
Yes, Your Honor.
March 24th.
That's not a
That's
good
a bad day.
Yeah, bad day.
28th.
Yes, 28th is good.
February 28th? Okay.
You said February.
I said March, I meant February.
Oh, okay.
February 28th.
I was thinking February.
Okay.
They heard
February
March.
28th is the birthday.
No, it's February.
Okay.
February. I'm
February
sorry.
28th, last day of February.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Sorry about that.
State of Ohio versus Dylan M. Sloan, case number CRV 24676.
It's Mr. Stratton's case for pretrial.
Your Honor, we're not able to resolve this at the moment, so we'll just ask that it be sent for a bench trial.
Okay, it's going to be February the 18th or after.
Maybe that 28th, Your Honor? That'd be okay?
Yes, there's no
Okay.
trial set that way. I'll set it for February 28th for trial and then
I think, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Emily A. Smith, case number CRV 23627.
Mr. Stratton's case. Pretrial.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes.
Ms. Smith, that's just a letter of residence because Ms. Smith, upon entrance to our facility, in conjunction with PATH Behavioral Health, voluntarily went to ARC for stabilization. She was there for a whole week. She just got back to our facility. She's been nothing but accepting, kind, warm, done everything we asked of her, displays a positive attitude, and feels much better since getting her medication adjusted.
Did you go to ARC from Mended Reeves? Because my last order that I see was that she was going to get.
No, she was in jail and admitted to Reese to jail. Supposed to go to Southern Hope, but went to ARC,
Okay.
and now back to Southern Hope.
She came to
Right.
Southern Hope from jail. We picked her up from jail.
Okay.
And then we talked to her about mental health stabilization. She voluntarily went to ARC and came back after being stabilized.
Yes.
Okay.
She's doing very well.
Um, 2 weeks, February 7th, let's come back in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
February
Your Honor.
7th, yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You look good.
Thank you.
February 7th, be your next hearing.
Thanks.
State of Ohio versus Michael Tilley Jr., case number CRB 24437.
This is Mr. Stratton's case. We're looking for a report from PATH.
I spoke to my therapist about it, getting a report sent in, and she said she needed to get in contact with somebody here at the court to be able to do that.
Mr. Stratton.
Your Honor, can we recall this case?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we'll call this later in the
Yes, all right, thanks. Let's see, I'll call Pat.
State of Ohio versus Tracy Dillon, case number CRA 24575, CRB 24576, CRB 24882.
Your Honor, I believe there's two cases here, and I think Mr. Steyer was appointed on the newer one. I think I had an older one from
Right.
October, so.
Yes, she was here Tuesday, well, she was on the monitor Tuesday from the jail and was basically incoherent, is the way I would, and we tried to talk with her. Since then, she was transferred to King's Daughter. I don't know what happened since that happened.
And Your Honor, with that, and she didn't reappear on the jail list, so I would assume she has not been released from there. As far as I'm aware, she wasn't given a medical OR to King's Daughters. I think she's there still in custody. I have entered a not guilty by reason of insanity on the misdemeanor cases that I have been appointed on, and a suggestion of incompetency to stand trial on the felony and the misdemeanors, both. The NGRI obviously is not applicable to the felonies. I didn't discuss this with Mr. Stratton, but I assume he's probably also going to need to enter a suggestion of competency regarding his cases. The NGRI may be a whole different issue because they were far separated in time from one another. With that in mind, I would suggest we pick a date within the next couple weeks. We don't want to let this go out too far, but I don't think coming back Monday would necessarily be, unless we hear she's in the jail. If she's in the jail, I would ask to get her added onto the docket so we can decide where things are going, but.
Your Honor, I'm asking if she is in the jail. Okay. She's not on the jail.
And I know you're not here on the 31st, so maybe the first day of, it's not actually the first, but whatever the day in, first court date in February, if that'll work for Mr. Stratton.
The 3rd is not a good day, but the 7th, we could do the 7th.
Well, I'm actually out the 7th, so, but one of us or the other will be here. I think one or the other of us can handle it that day and then go back to the split in the future if necessary.
All right, why don't we do the 3rd, and for nothing else, just try to figure out where she is. All right. Yeah. February 3rd will be the next hearing on both files.
And if Mr. Stratton's not available, I'll cover for him with the court's permission.
Yes.
All right. I just have to talk about that.
Yeah. February 3rd, sorry.
Your Honor, we're ready to case number 10.
Okay, we have some hearings in jail to read by teleconference. We'll start those now.
State of Ohio versus Michael Brown, Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 2540, and Belinda Fuller is on deck.
Okay, jail's not up yet, so we're going to go back to some hearings here.
State of Ohio versus Jessica Baisden, case number CRB 24715.
Mr. Steyer's case after pre-trial, Jessica Baisden.
Your Honor, since we were here last, Ms. Baisden and her husband have begun a reconciliation. It's my understanding that he's expressed to the state that he doesn't wish to press these charges. We had discussed a 90-day continuance. Now, this case has been going on for about 2 months already, so I would leave it to the court's discretion. They believe, Mr. and Mrs. Baisden believe that if we came back in about a month, they could pay the court costs, and things have been peaceful for 3 months at that point. If the state wants 3 months from this date, we're agreeable to that as well, but either one would work.
So, Mr. Baisden did let us know back on January the 20th. Oh, is he here?
Yeah, he's very kind.
So, what I normally want to do is allow there to be some more time to make sure that there are problems. I'd like to hold this case out a little bit longer. Be dismissed and there's no problems. Okay? So there has been a period of time already that there have been no further problems. So I don't think we need to go the full 90 days. But I would suggest perhaps another 30 days, and if there's no problems, we'd be okay with a dismissal with the payment of court costs.
Yeah, about 30 days takes us right around 90 days since the alleged incident.
And I don't know if this has happened yet, but initially there had been a protection order. If that's still in effect, you want it withdrawn.
I believe it's been withdrawn. I looked into the file earlier this morning and saw an order, or saw at least a request. I'm not sure if the order's been granted.
Okay, so the protection order should be withdrawn. I'll set it for February 24th for a pre-trial, and if the costs are paid and there's been no further problems, it'll be dismissed then, and the defendant does not have to appear if that's happened in advance. In other words, costs paid, and there's no allegation from the state that there's been problems, case will be dismissed without further appearance.
So hopefully there's no further problems. Let us
Okay, now we're going to go to the jail, and we've got Michael Brown. Sir, are you Michael Brown? Your audio is off. I can see your lips moving, but it didn't come through. So. Okay, now it's on. Mr. Brown, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court in Chesapeake. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is what's called your arraignment hearing. It's being conducted by teleconference. So your image is in the courtroom on a monitor. It's all being recorded, what you say. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to say anything. If you do make statements, what you say is on the record. It can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney, appointed if you can't afford one. You have a right to bail and to make the state of Ohio prove the charge filed against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Yes, sir.
The charge against you is violation of a protection order, and it alleges that at Union Township on December the 11th of 2024, you recklessly violated a protection order. That's a felony 5. Maximum penalty is a year in jail, $2,500 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No, sir, I'm in a sober living at Chesapeake and Robert Hayes at the moment.
Okay, I do have a report from them dated the 22nd saying that very thing. All right, I'll appoint Mr. Steyer to represent you. We'll get him in the courtroom so he can hear what's being said, and we'll talk about bond and those issues. Mr. Steyer, this is Michael Brown. He's got a felony 5 protection order violation charge. He was, it appears, in sober living recently. Got a report from Brighter Day Sober Living saying he was there. Got it picked up on the same day, January 22nd, it looks like.
Where is that located, Your Honor?
In Chesapeake. It's a sober living facility. Yes.
Does it indicate if they would accept him back?
Yeah, I'm there at the moment, and all my incidents, I was in the paddle on the over there.
Just a second, sir. Does it indicate in the letter if they would accept him back?
Yes. jail, Michael will return to brighter days.
In that case, then, Your Honor, I would ask for an OR bond with a requirement that he return to brighter days.
Mr. Hill?
Well, that was my initial thought, but apparently this happened, let's see.
December 11th, whatever.
Yeah. So we're going to have to, if the court grants the OR bond, there needs to be an understanding by Mr. Brown that he's to have absolutely no contact of any kind, even through a third party.
That's Julia Hill.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to let you sign a signature bond of $2,000. I'll release you to go back. You're required to go back to brighter days, sober living. And you're not to go around or contact Julia Hill or text her. That was one of the allegations, that you were texting her. You're not allowed to do that. Or post things about her. And when do you want, was 31st, is that when you want to do the next hearing?
That's fine if you want, Your Honor. I'm available, other than the 7th and the 10th of February, I'm available any day upcoming through February. So if there's a day that, if the 31st is a good day for the court, that'd be a good day for me.
Should be okay.
All right.
So your next hearing is going to be the 31st of January, 1 week from today.
Yes, sir.
And where is Brighter Days? Is it right in the village of Chesapeake, or?
It's right beside the post office.
Okay, well, you can walk from there to the
Yes.
court. I mean, it's really close. So you got to be here at 10 a.m. on the 31st of January for your next hearing. I'm letting you out on a signature bond.
Do you have a cell phone number, sir?
Well, when I met the hospital, it came straight to you yesterday, the rest of the police officer, I checked my, I supposed to get a phone in when I got out, he checked my phone. But it's 614-49.
So, slow down. 614-419.
9553.
If you look in the.
I missed the prefix, sure. I got 614-9553.
It's 614-493-9553.
493, okay. Okay, so I've got that number. I'll send you a text message so that once you're out and have your phone, you can get a hold of me.
And there's a number for Brighter Days you want to have.
Yeah, I'll take that as well.
Mary Stewart is the person at Brighter Days that wrote this letter on his behalf. 304-784-2082.
Did I get that number as well?
Yeah, you probably need somebody to come get you, don't you?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Mary Stewart,
304-784.
2082.
2082. Thank you, sir.
You are.
Thank you.
No, can you be released to anyone or just private?
I don't have confirmation of him getting, so let's just release him.
State of Ohio versus Belinda Fuller, case number CRB 21753, CRB 24624, and Zachariah Jones is on that.
Okay, Belinda Fuller was at Mended Reeds and was discharged from there, I believe.
Yes, Your Honor, for non-compliance. You want to approach? Okay, yeah. Shall we approach, Your Honor?
Yes. All right, Belinda was admitted Reeds. She got discharged for non-compliance. This is really the second time that's happened. Do you want to go back to treatment?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. Are you going to do what they tell you?
Yes, sir, I am.
When they tell you to do it?
Yes, sir, I will do it when they tell me to do it, sir.
And how they tell you to do it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but since this is your second time this has happened in a second facility, I think you need a little tune-up by staying in jail for the weekend and think about it. Then I'm going to let you go on Monday to Bethesda, and they're going to take you, this is about the last straw. So you should be really nervous about this. You can't get in Bethesda and start barking out orders that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, you're not going to do this. You're not in charge. And if you don't want to go to jail, you got to do what they tell you. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to do that, you're going to do, I know they're nice people there, they're going to treat you nice. And I know something about your history. This is not a good time to be out on the streets.
I live with my grandma, sir, I'm not out on the street.
Okay.
And no, I don't live with Gaynor Redmond no more.
Okay, well, I want to see you back. I'll release you to go to Bethesda on Monday, the 27th. And then just to make sure things are going well, I'll see you on the 7th of February. I think you're available then, Mr. Stratton?
I am, Your Honor.
February 7th. You can do this. You've had stretches where you've done well, so let's channel that, Belinda.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see you on the 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Zachariah Jones, case number TRD 191370, and Jason Yates is on deck.
Zachariah Jones.
Howdy, Your Honor. I'm Mr. Court.
Okay, Mr. Jones, it looks like right before Christmas, December 23rd, 24, you had a review hearing, you failed to appear, got a warrant, and that's why you're in jail now. Do you admit or deny you missed the hearing?
I admit it.
Have you got a good reason for not coming to court?
I'm just homeless, sir. I never ride. I'm just told I can't walk that far.
Well,
Just can't do it. Couldn't make it.
Where
I wanted to be there. I told you I'd be there. I'm sorry I wasn't there.
where have you been staying?
Sir?
When you're not in jail, where are you staying?
I was on Tick Ridge. I stay between Tick Ridge and 5 Mile here lately because it's so cold. I can't walk that far. I stay between 2 houses right there.
Is that family or friends or?
Yeah, just friends. Friends.
Okay.
I didn't want to make it to your court. I'm sorry I didn't.
And how long well, how do you get picked up? If you're out on Tick Ridge, this is kind of my experience, and I know where Tick Ridge is.
Yeah, well, I got picked up on yesterday at my girlfriend, at a friend's house. I was tracking the snow. I walked down and got set on the creek. Like I said, I'm only on foot. I was picked up on foot last night, you know.
Where?
5 Mile.
Well, I'm going to be a little skeptical. In my experience, the sheriff's office isn't out just picking up people that are walking down the road. Especially out of 5 Mile. That's...
There was a call at Combs' house. My girlfriend's, my friend's name, last name is Combs. It's right there by the tree company on 5 Mile. I walked down the creek and got something out of the creek and I was tracking the snow. And they called the cops because I was on their property. And that's what it was about. But I didn't press no charges because there wasn't anything wrong, but I had the warrant. That's what it's about.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, you got a case, you did do your community service, but you haven't done your fine.
Yeah, I was going to try to do more community service to pay more fines, but I can't get I haven't had a right to it. I've got to get something lined out and so cold, you know.
Well, hopefully that's not gonna last forever,
Yeah, I understand.
but you gotta do what your orders do.
I know, sir. I understand the frustration, I do.
Well, here's the, I mean, if it's really that cold, well, let's talk about that. I can just change this into jail time, and you can sit in the jail and serve it out.
I know you can, sir. I know you can.
You wanna do that?
I don't want to serve jail, you know, it's up to you, you're the boss.
Well, I mean, if that's the only realistic way of getting this done, you got a warm place to stay. It's not a very nice place to stay. You got food to eat.
Yeah, I understand, sir. I mean, I don't want to do it that way, but it's up to you, man. I'd like to be able to go down and do community service. I've done it before, I didn't mind it. He's a pretty good guy, you know, they do it for him. I like it. I'm sure people think our sound out.
Okay, I'll give you another chance, if you want to do the community service.
I don't like it.
But here's the way it works. If I set a review hearing for you, then you don't show up for the review hearing, I have to set a warrant for you.
I understand, sir. You've been good to me, sir, for what you know what I mean. I appreciate you, man, really. Don't think I think bad about you, I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna set it, I'll give you 6 weeks or so to get it done.
Okay, all right.
So we're gonna go into March. Let's make it March the 14th.
Okay.
So this, you know, I can't call you, or I'm not gonna call you up and say, Zachary, you gotta be here tomorrow.
I understand, sir.
This is your only notice, March the 14th, so it's right in the middle of the month.
So what day is it? What's the day?
March 14th.
March 14th, can you write that down for me?
So that's the second Friday in March, the second Friday in March.
He's writing that down
It's
for
the
me.
day before the Ides of March.
Okay.
If you read Julius Caesar, you wear the Ides of March. It's March 15th. Okay, March 14th is your next hearing, 9 o'clock.
Okay, at 9 o'clock?
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
you sure you want to get out of jail? Because I can make them just keep you right there.
I mean, no, I'd rather get out, of course. I don't like to sit in jail, you know, so.
All right, you're going to get out, and then you got to take care of this.
All right, like I said, I do appreciate you, I do understand your frustration, and you've been good to me, sir, I don't think about it, you know what I mean, thank you.
Okay, get it done.
All right, thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jason Yates at the Lawrence County Jail, case number CRA 25, CRA 2538 A and B.
Okay, this is a new charge. Sir, are you Jason Yates?
Good.
Mr. Yates, I'm Judge Capper at the Lawrence County Municipal Court, which is in Chesapeake, and you are in the courtroom today on a television monitor appearing, and your image and what you say is all being recorded. So I'm going to go over your rights. You don't have to say anything. You have a right to remain silent. But if you do say things, we're recording it all. So you can't deny it later that you said something because we're going to have your image and your audio saying things. So you have a right to have an attorney. You have a right to have one appointed. You have a right to have bail and to make the state prove the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand those things?
Good.
You got 2 charges. Aggravated trafficking in drugs. Well, 2 counts of aggravated trafficking in drugs. 38A alleges that on January 22nd of 2025 in Union Township, you not only prepared, shipped, transported, delivered, or prepared for distribution methamphetamine, which is a controlled substance, and that this was more than 50 times the bulk amount, being 22.6 grams. And that you did this in the vicinity of a recovery provider, and that you knew or had reason to know the controlled substance was intended for sale or resale. So that is a felony of the first degree, which carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in jail and a $20,000 fine. The B case is also aggravated trafficking. Same date and time. Also Union Township, but the substance is alleged to be fentanyl. And it was more than 5 grams, less than 10 grams. And that you did this in the vicinity of the recovery provider center, and you knew it was for sale or resale. That's a felony of the third degree because of the different amount. That carries a maximum penalty of 5 years in jail and a $10,000 fine. Do you understand these two charges?
Good.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer?
No.
So I'm assuming you want me to appoint a lawyer for you?
Yes.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work at Teleconference in Municipal.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes.
How much per hour?
10.
Okay, you're eligible for court-appointed lawyer. Then I'm going to appoint Mr. Smith to represent you. And let's see, I assume you came into the jail Wednesday on the 22nd?
Yes.
Judge, I'm available next Friday. Mondays, I've got court in Huntington, but I think that's day 9.
Okay, January 31st will be the next hearing for preliminary hearing. What's the state's position on bond for Mr. Yates?
The state would request a $25,000 cash surety bond.
I'll set bond at $25,000, cash or surety. Do you think you can post bond, Mr. Yates?
I can try.
Do you have a phone number where Mr. Smith can reach you then if you're out on bond?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, do you want to give him he's listening, he's right.
Yes,
You want to give him a phone number where he can reach you if you get out on bond?
Well, yes, 740-646-8476.
If for some reason you can't postpone, I'll be in Ironton next week. I'll come up and talk to you. But if you get out, can you get my number there, Deputy? Write down my number at the office, 697-2400. If you make bond, call me. Otherwise, I'm going to come see you next week.
Okay.
All right, and you have to be, you know where the court is in Chesapeake?
Yes.
You have to be here, if you make bond, you have to be here on your own January 31st, which is a week from today, Friday, at 10 a.m. Of course, if you don't make bond, the sheriff will take care of your...
Yeah, and if you don't make bond, I'll be in Ironton next week. I'll come up and see you at the jail. We'll talk.
Okay.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Yates?
No, sir.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Bridget A. Ellis, case number CRB 19-820. Your Honor, will finish it.
Okay, back to hearings here.
Bridget Ellis.
I don't see her. Bridget Ellis is Mr. Morford's case. Mr. Morford, how are you? Moving slow, it looks like.
I've got a couple of fractured bones.
I'm sorry?
I've got a couple of fractured ribs and a couple of other injuries, but I'm here. I'm able to proceed, Judge.
Okay, well, I hope you feel, I had a fractured rib myself. They're very painful.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be running a marathon with you anytime in the
Okay.
foreseeable future.
Probably not. Any idea where Miss Ellis is? It's she's been coming to court pretty regularly of late.
Judge, we have not heard from her this week.
All right, I'll issue a warrant for failure to appear. She was at Bethesda. Is she not Bethesda anymore? Or?
She transferred to Hope Source.
Hope Source, okay. All right, she has 7 days to appear before the warrant will issue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You are. Okay, is Taylor still in the courtroom?
Yes.
Do you have a contact at Hope Source?
Yes, I'll reach out now.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Amber Smith, under CRA 21773, CRB 24774, CRB 22430. Your Honor, I believe she's on Zoom.
Okay, Amber Smith, I believe, is at the recovery point, and this is Mr. Morgan's case.
Yes, Judge.
She's appearing by teleconference. All right, and Ms. Smith, are you still at recovery point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how's that going?
It's doing great. Great.
Judge, Recovery Point has been very helpful with me in advising of her progress, and they're really good to work with.
Okay.
Not all of ours here in Lawrence County are as well too. I don't want to say they're bad or anything, but it's been my first experience with Recovery Point, and they've been very, very helpful.
Do you have a projected completion date, Ms. Smith?
I'm not sure. There's not my end date. Repeat yourself, sir. I didn't hear you.
I just want to know if they've given you a date when they think you will be completing at recovery point.
I'm not for sure. It's about a year.
Okay, so it's going to be a while.
Yeah. I just moved up from OTS1 to OTS2, so I'm in the beginning of it. But it's going great, and I'm very good.
Okay. They had sent a previous report to you, Mr. Morford. Can you get another report, follow-up report, please? It was in writing. I don't know if you have it. The last one I had was in December.
I have one dated January 14th, Your Honor.
I do not have that. Mr. Cooper, can you get the report?
John, could you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
It's all right. Okay, they say it's 9 to 12 months, so. All right, let's go out about 6 weeks now. You last work time was a month, so we'll go into March. March the 14th.
That's good here, Your Honor.
Okay, good work so far, Ms. Smith. Keep working at it, and your next hearing is going to be on March the 14th by 10, at 10 o'clock. And if you're still at recovery point, you can appear by teleconference like you did today.
I will forgive you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too.
State of Ohio versus Brian Montroso, Case number CRB 24-499, A, B, and C, CRB 1743, CRB 15-543, A and B, and others.
Mr. Montrose has amended reads. Morford has been employed. Says he's compliant.
That's correct, Your Honor. He is compliant and has recently gone up to 2-1 given his treatment history, so he is making decent progress in the program at this time.
Okay, very good. Anything you want to say, Mr. Montrose?
I'm learning a lot from it, and more than I ever thought I would. I was fine at first, but I'm learning a lot.
Okay, well, we can always keep learning, all right?
Step
Never
by
too late
step.
to learn.
Step by step.
Okay, let's come back, maybe a little bit more than a month. February 28th, last Friday of February. February
Let me
28th.
check that real quick. I'm free then.
Okay. 10 o'clock will be the next hearing, February 28th.
Keep up, buddy. You're good to go.
State of Ohio versus Naylor Turner, case number CRB 24-822. Naylor or Nala Turner.
I'm good, how are you?
I've got 2 videos.
Okay.
Do you have my
Set for 3 trial, Mr. Morford.
I was supposed to,
Judge, I'm gonna have to ask you for short continuance. We just got the DVDs, 2 of them, and she's not had a chance to come in and watch them. I'd like for her to see them before we decide how to proceed. We would waive time.
Okay. Mr. Hill, anything you want to put out there for them to consider?
we're supposed to get an appointment.
Well, Mr. Delp is here and says that things have been better this past month than ever before, so we're encouraged by that, and as long as she's continuing in her treatment, we're okay with the continuance, and we can discuss how it should be resolved at a later date.
Okay, so, looking then to come back in about a month, is there a date that's better than others?
No, you get me through January and I'm free, Judge.
Mr. Delp would prefer Friday.
Okay, about the 28th, that's the last day of February 28th. February 28th will be the next hearing, pre-trial at 10 o'clock. Continue with the treatment as you're doing.
Thank you.
Call us if you need me.
Call me because I want to see it.
Okay, you don't want to come when?
No, just go ahead. I'll talk to you in just a minute.
Okay, on this day.
You done?
You done? Is there anything else? Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Christopher Ford, case number CRB 21-400.
All right, this is Mr. Morford's case, it's been put back on the docket. Mr. Forth is appearing today. It's an old case with an old warrant outstanding, and he's appearing today.
He called me, Judge, and said he wanted to get this taken care of, and I asked that be added to your docket today. I believe he didn't show up originally as scheduled due to health issues.
Okay. Yeah, it's been since July 16th, 2021. Looks like. Well, that's when the warrant was issued. Actually, the hearing was July 2nd, 2021. I'm sure the state's not ready to address this today, so you wouldn't know it was even going to be on the docket. You want to set it for a pre-trial?
Yes, I do want to, just for the record, state that this gentleman actually reached out to me. He didn't know I was the prosecutor, but I advised him to call Mr. Morford, and he was scared about being put in jail today, and I told him I would suggest that maybe he doesn't need to go to jail today.
All right.
But we'll make an effort to find the victim and see where the victim stands.
So I would think that should maybe allow 3 weeks or so for that to happen.
Be okay with
So I'm
your
looking at
medical treatments.
the 14th or after for the next hearing, Mr. Morford.
When do you have to have your injection?
I need it to be on like a Friday, because I work Saturday night all the way into Thursday morning,
That's fine.
so that would be all
14th
right.
is a Saturday, so the 14th or after I can put it on the docket. What's your preference? Mr.
I don't have any, judge, I'm at your convenience.
Let's make it the 14th. February 14 will be the next hearing. At 10 o'clock, withdraw the warrant that had been issued.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. He's reinstated to his previous bond.
Thank you.
Good, that's all.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Brittany Eplin, case number CRB 23589, A and B. I'm sorry.
It's being recommended that she go to more intensive, more mental health-based services.
Mended Reeds is agreeable to accepting her.
And it's going to be inpatient then, or?
That's correct. We have everything prepared and ready for her to go with us today as soon as she's finished with court.
Okay, I'll approve that since it's a higher level of care, and order her to start there. And in fact, I think this was added to the docket to make this happen, so that's the appropriate way to address it. And let's keep it on. It was set for pretrial on February 3rd, so let's just keep that date, and we'll get a progress report now. I think we're going to. February 3rd will be the next hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good luck with it. Get her done. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio recalls Bridget Ellis, case number CRB 19820, CRB 18235, CRA 18171, CRB 16133.
So this is a recall on Bridget Ellis, and we're going to check to see if she was still in treatment.
I spoke with Sean Davis at Hope Source, and he said she completed the residential part, but the recommendation was for her to go transitional. She went there for a little bit and then left ASA, and he's been trying to contact her to get her to come back. So I told him that when he does get in touch with her, that she needs to come to court.
All right, thank you. So the warrant will go out then, because she failed to appear. I thought maybe there was just a lack of communication with the treatment facility. They didn't know she was on the docket, but that's not the case, so.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for checking on that.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio versus Kayla Harris, case number TRD 211692, CRB 21209.
Mr. Stiers' case.
I'll do that. Okay, would you hand that? Yeah. Thank you.
It's one of those cross-filing things.
Your Honor, we're here today, I think these are all review matters.
Yes.
Pre-trials on reviews. Have you had anything since we were here last? Have you done anything since we were here last?
Yeah, I tried to, I called the B&B, they don't carry the booklets for me to be able to study. I got online, and I can't do it with a touchscreen phone. I have to go to the library, so I haven't.
Okay, so she contacted the B&B. This is a situation we're trying to get her license back, and she's gonna have to take, I think, the learner's test as well as the practical test. And she went to the B&B, and apparently they're not carrying paper copies of the study materials anymore. So she tried to pull it up from her phone, wasn't able to do that. She had to actually go to the library to do it. So we're gonna need a little bit more time, but I think she has made an effort in this. We also have, looks like there's some,
Yes, fines.
she has some fines due, so could you,
On the, gun thing, whenever, about the gun charge or whatever, it got dismissed. It was supposed to be dismissed.
I looked it up and it was not dismissed. I don't,
Yeah, they dismissed it with me and my father.
actually, what, is the case CRB 21209, that has the fine balance, is that a, that's a,
Discharge of the firearm.
Matt, where we approach?
Yes. One is Molly, one. I don't have her original file with me, I guess I just made a new file. It's 2120. I didn't make that connection until she said it to me. I'd like to go back and all her files, take a look at, see if I can figure something out. And even if it's not what she thinks she remembers, at least figure out from the old file what's happening. Yeah. That's what I was asking to do this. All right, defendant's asking for a continuance, which will be granted, last time you need a month, or?
I mean, there's no rush on this at this point, so if you want to just set it on a date that's convenient to the court. Again, other than the 7th and the 10th, I'm available through the end of February.
February 21st.
And I'm, you didn't hang on.
February
Have another
21st,
case.
10 o'clock,
I'll talk to you.
files.
February 21st, 10 a.m. And stick around after I come talk to you. 10 a.m.
State of Ohio versus Joshua Keaton, case number CRA 24-811.
Like I said, there's a quarter.
Yeah, there's cords there, Butch.
Thank you. Yes.
This is the file I didn't get to finish.
Good report.
It is, Your Honor. We're obviously kind of at the beginning of this process here with Mr. Keaton, so I'm going to leave it to the court's discretion what the right time frame to come back is, and we'll waive time constraints to accommodate that.
At this point, I would say a month. The 21st, we'll just set one for you then.
21st will be fine, Your Honor.
February 21st will be the next hearing for Mr. Keaton. 10 o'clock.
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you, sir.
You are.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did you say 10?
10,
Thank you, thank you.
February 21st.
Yep.
State of Ohio versus Brendan G. Rude, case number CRV 24-254, A, B, and C.
Mr. Steyer's case is set for pre-trial. RRS. Good screens, too.
And Your Honor, this is one we've been going since May of last year. He's done pretty well with it. He's completed 2.1 level of care, and they're ready to send him to outpatient. I was thinking, talk to the state here about whether they think we might be at a point we want to look at wrapping this one up. This is a misdemeanor charge, set of misdemeanor charges that we've gone through this process with.
Yeah, I had made a note last time to look at perhaps finishing him, and he's actually working in recovery now.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's the state's feeling on it?
And I'll try to call her, get her voicemail box. See if the voice. Wait, and she just, she came very health issues. That's hard. Just counseling or now treatment. It's just, but it's because, I mean, it's typically she's not really, I mean, she got He was charged with disorderly and poor and discharging of business. Okay. So, but they kind of thought she was here, and she was here. I mean, so, he was walking on the bridge, this is the fun. Yes.
Your Honor, having had a chance to review and remember some of this, it was our intention that if Mr. Rude were to be successful, which apparently he's been very successful, that we would not have a problem with the dismissal of these charges when the time came. So if this is the time, hopefully he's gained some perspective from this and is doing better. It looks like he is. So we'd be okay with going ahead and concluding these with a dismissal at this time.
We would join in that motion, Your Honor.
All right, I'll order the charges dismissed. Congratulations, Mr. Rude, on your cases being dismissed and your recovery and your employment. So keep up the good work, keep working at it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You don't have to come back to court anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Without cost.
Without cost?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Tina M. Wells, case number CRA 24604, CRD 141276.
Wells is Mr. Smith's case.
Yes.
She's at home now. That's a very good report.
Thank you.
Good job.
It is, Judge.
Back in 2 months.
We could do that, Judge. I have one coming back, Mr. Williamson, on March 24th, if that's not too crowded.
That's fine.
Same day, okay.
March 24th will be the next hearings for Ms. Wells.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you, Your Honor.
State of Ohio versus Nicholas Meyer, case number CRA 24721.
Mr. Stratton's case, Mr. Meyer is at.
Yeah.
Oh, these are all.
That's the only reason, right? Yeah, so, but everything else is good. Yeah, okay.
Okay, looks like there's still things to work on.
There is, Your Honor. That's the only thing that makes it non-compliant.
Yeah. February 24th?
Yes, February 20th. No, that's.
That's a bad day,
Yeah.
28th?
28th is good, yes.
State of Ohio recalls Michael L. Tilley Jr., case
Your Honor.
CRD 24437.
Your Honor, we have attempted multiple times to get Pat to send us something. We were on the phone out there together, and he's been on the phone, I think, once or twice out there by himself with them, and they still have not sent anything over to us.
Can you talk to somebody or?
We did.
I got in contact with somebody, she told me the only way that I can get it is either I email it or he emails it. So I emailed them 3 times to try to get information.
Okay.
They just, I don't know what the issue is. It might be because it's out of the Jackson PAC facility, but we could possibly come back really soon and work on that. I mean, maybe even Monday.
Sorry.
How about the 10th of February, is available?
How about that Friday, Your Honor? The 14th?
14th?
Yes.
Okay, February 14th.
I appreciate you, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll be looking for that report.
I'll keep in contact.
We need it.
Yes, sir.
State of Ohio versus Barbara E. Greathouse, case number CRA 24561.
Is this Mr. Scott's case?
Yes.
he texted me, Your Honor, and I assume that he's texted you also, that I'm going to cover that.
I don't think so.
I spoke with Mr. Scott earlier. Ms. Greathouse has interviewed with Mended Reeds, and they have a position for her, but she has an ankle monitor on, and they won't allow her to work there with the ankle monitor. And she's done excellent in the program, and he was okay with her having it removed off it. So he's going to ask Sean to step in.
So I'm gonna read between the lines that you're recommending that she have it removed.
Yes.
Okay. No, this has backfired on me before, not her, but other cases.
It's backfired on me too, so.
We'll try it again. Okay, I'll order ankle monitor removed today.
Okay.
We need to coordinate that with Mr. Major. And then she already has a hearing set for the 14th.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you.
February 14th is the next hearing.
And I'll text Mr. Scott, let him know.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Colin Webb, case number CRB 24816.
Okay, this is a new charge. And sir, you're calling Webb?
Yes, sir.
Have you received a copy of the charge?
Yes, sir.
It's a theft offense that alleges that Fayette Township on December the 14th purposely deprived Darian French of property without his consent, being $600. That's a first-degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Were you here when I explained the defendant's rights before?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions about your rights?
No, sir.
What plea do you understand?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
No.
You're gonna hire a lawyer?
Yep.
How much time do you need to do that?
I actually believe, I thought she dropped the,
Okay, Mr. Hill, do you have something?
Well, Ms. French was here this morning, to let us know that Mr. Webb paid her what she felt she was owed, actually paid $900, and it was originally alleged that it was $600, so she doesn't want us to pursue the charge, and she's been made whole, so we're okay to go ahead and dismiss the charge.
Okay, case will be dismissed with the state's motion. Case is dismissed, sir. You're free to go.
all right, thank you, sir.
State of Ohio versus Austin L. Carmen, case number CRB 22254.
Okay, this case has been set for review on Tuesday. Mr. Carmen's here today. And you missed on Tuesday?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a reason for missing?
I thought court was on the 27th on Monday.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, he did call me Tuesday and told me he was out of town. I told him to get his.
All right, no warrant have been issued yet, and it won't be issued now that you came in on your end. Looks like all we got left to do, you got $150 left on your fines to pay.
All right.
When can you take care of that?
I just made a $25 payment before I
Today?
came in, and then I'm gonna come
Okay,
in.
that's not showing up yet, so it's gonna be $125 now. Okay, I'll give you another review hearing date, no warrant issued on the, failure to appear on Tuesday. And your next hearing will be February 21st. If you pay it off by then, you don't have to come back. 9 o'clock, February 21st. Any questions?
No, sir.
That's all.
State of Ohio versus John W. Nunley, case number CRB 24471.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes. This is Mr. Stratton's case, that's presented. Okay, I've got a report from NECO about Mr. Nunley and his therapy, and it says that he's very compliant and engaged. So that's a good report.
And
If you recall, Your Honor, this was a case where he had continuously tried to get his daughter into counseling at NECO with him.
Right.
And
They were both there, as I recall, but doing separate counseling.
No, she's no longer at NECO, I don't think. No.
At one time she was.
At one time she was, and was hoping that she would come back, but he's been reaching out to no avail on that. He has continuously tried. And this was the case, Your Honor, if you remember with the text messages that you reviewed.
Right. I recall. Okay, and I delayed the sentencing, hoping that there could be some sort of reunification or...
He's attempting, Your Honor, and I don't want to make excuses or make reasons why this is not happening, but I don't believe it's Mr. Nunley's fault that this stuff is not taking place with the daughter.
Okay. Mr. Hill, do you have any input you want on this?
Well, I know that Ms. Sword is here, and she may want to address the court. Really didn't anticipate that this discussion was going to be had at this time, but...
Well, we can delay it later today or at another point if you want more time.
Well...
Your Honor, the reason we had put on sentencing was for him to get counseling with his daughter at NECO.
Right.
And he's made every effort to do that. And his intentions is to continue to try to make that effort to have that done.
And the thing I recall at the initial sentencing hearing, I think I allowed him to text, and it was an indication from the daughter that she would receive text, and I saw at the last hearing some evidence of texting, and I didn't see that he said anything that I thought was inappropriate. So.
He hasn't, Your Honor, and he's rushed out even more since then. And I don't believe it's him. I don't believe it's the daughter. I believe it's the mother. If you want to be honest, if I be honest with you, I believe she is interfering with his ability to get counseling with his daughter. And that's just the way we think, what we think is a problem. He's just a dad that wants to be involved.
Okay. I think we could proceed with sentencing if the court's ready to do that today.
Okay.
And I've spoken with Ms. Sword, who is the victim in this matter, and her primary concern is that Mr. Nunley stay away, and she would, and the state would recommend that he receive a suspended jail sentence of 30 days and probation.
Okay. Mr. Stratton.
Your Honor, we do appreciate the state's recommendation of suspended sentence, so we're okay with that. If the court wants to proceed that way, the only thing I have is that he has wholeheartedly made an effort to communicate with his daughter, repair his relationship with his daughter, and he does everything in his power to do that. I just feel bad for him that there's somebody that's interfering in that relationship, and I just want the court to know that. And he's going to...
Any visitation orders, or was there, I don't know what the history was, if this was a marriage, was there a divorce, was there any court involved in the custody and visitation issues?
No, we was never married or anything. I've actually tried to figure out what paper to get where I could see my daughter, but every time...
Well, you can discuss, Mr. Stratton can advise you on that. I mean, I know it's somewhat complicated and convoluted, that's why you need a lawyer, but I don't really have jurisdiction over the custody and visitation issues, but I just saw, it seemed to me, in looking at this case, that that was an important issue for this child.
Yeah.
To have, you know, I think I even said, we know statistically that there's problems with girls that don't have good relationships with their father that can manifest themselves later in life. And there's no perfect people out there. There's no perfect fathers, but even if your father's not perfect, it's good to have a relationship with them if you can. So that's what I was trying to encourage. And I do believe, and I'll put this in the entry, that Mr. Nunley, in good faith, tried to establish a relationship with his daughter and was prevented from doing so.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to sentence him to 10 days in jail, suspend all of it, and I'll give him a $50 fine, court costs. Set a review hearing for July 25th of 25.
Is that 2 years level 4?
Level 5 probation, and he'll need to see Mr. Major.
His order to stay away from their ex.
So that's the review.
And also the no contact order we're requesting, of course, only applies to Ashley Sword.
Be in order to stay away from the complaining party.
He has absolutely no problem with that. All right, just go over to probation. Okay.
State of Ohio versus James Sarton, case number TRC 24897, A, B, and C.
Okay, I did get, I don't know if I forwarded this, he's still at a facility in Kentucky, and I did get an email about it, so apparently he's still receiving, oh, he's still here, okay, he is here.
Yes, he's here.
I
Sorry.
don't think I'm confused, am I confusing you with someone else, or are you getting treatment in Kentucky?
At ARC, yes.
Okay. All right, I did get an email about it.
Okay. Compliant, I'm
Yes.
sure. Yes, okay, good. All right.
So what I would propose, while he's still in active treatment, I'm fine with continuing to let him complete that, continue to do it.
Okay, yes.
That's agreeable to the defense and state.
Yes, that's really very fine.
First week of March, either the 3rd or the 7th.
The 7th, Your Honor.
Can we make it a Friday, Judge, please?
That's the
Okay, I just want to make sure.
March 7th, 4 Sunday.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Ashley Wallace, case number CRB 24557.
This is on the sentencing docket, it's Mr. Stratton's case.
May I approach?
Yes.
I did speak with our counselor yesterday, and we're having some struggles. So we intend to increase services, and if that doesn't work, our recommendation would be residential treatment.
I was aware of her positive screens, Your Honor, and she does admit to relapsing on that and takes full responsibility for that. She has no excuses for that. I think maybe we can come back relatively soon, and I think you'll see some positive improvements.
Seventh or 14th?
The 7th, Your Honor?
February 7th. For sentencing, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Julie Banks, case number TRD 231343, A and B.
I was in the middle of calling them on my way here and accidentally hung up the phone, and I was in that phone tree, so I didn't get to finish because the court started, so, to finish out my payments, so. Because of the weather and all this craziness.
Okay, this is on the sentencing docket. And you're trying to get your license back, right?
Yes, and I was on the phone trying to finish up payments this morning, but I accidentally had the phone sitting near my leg and accidentally hung up right before I walked in, and I thought, well, I was already in that phone tree, it's gonna start, so I'll call them back on Monday, because you really gotta start early with calling.
So you need more time?
Yes, if you wouldn't care, and I do know that the doctors are gonna be out on the 28th, if it's okay with you. That's easier for me.
28th is better for you?
Yes, due to the fact that the doctors are out, so we don't really have full patients.
February 28th will be your next hearing?
Perfect.
At 10 o'clock.
Perfect. I should have it all hopefully done by then. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
State of Ohio versus Glenn Gibson Jr. That's number CRB 1078 A and B, TRC 102432 A and B.
Your Honor, if I may, I have a note that Mr. Gibson was ordered to do some community service on 11/8, and he has not been there.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you've got a big balance. What do you say to that, Mr. Gibson?
I know it's not an excuse, but with the weather and everything, with my type of job, I've been working 7 days a week. After today, it's cut back to 5 days a week.
Your Honor, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he's a tow truck operator. Is that
I used to work for A1, but I also work for a snow plowing service contractor and stuff.
Well, that was November the 8th?
November the 8th.
I mean, there's been, okay, yeah, we've had some bad weather in January, but yeah.
I had to get the equipment ready because they knew it was coming on, is what it was. It's all it was. I know that's not a good excuse.
No, that's not flying. That didn't even make it past your desk. Since November? No. All right, you gotta be here tomorrow.
Yes, Your Honor.
No excuses.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now set your next hearing for the 7th, February 7th for sentencing. Okay, that's all.
All right, thank you.
State of Ohio versus Robert A. Hill, case number TRD 24335.
This is on the sentencing docket. Mr. Hill. Okay, you have made a payment in December. You still have community service to do. Can you make a payment today?
Yeah, I'll make 20 on it today.
Yeah. Okay, this is fairly recent, so this should actually be, yeah, it is a sentencing, you got a bond. Okay, you gotta get this done. Go to the clerk, make your payment, get your community service done. March 3rd is your next hearing. March 3rd, the first Monday in March. If you finish it, you don't have to be here.
So if I pay all this off by then, I'll come back?
You do not have to come back, but you got 3 days of community service to do too.
Gotcha.
And your fines. I'm showing.
What time?
Well, you've paid $45, right, total, is what I'm showing. So, $265 is what you owe, plus 3 days community service.
At what time, March 3rd?
10 o'clock.
State of Ohio recalls
Just
Jared
waiting on
Muller.
my, income tax to come in and I'll take care of this.
Okay.
Case number CRB 24160.
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Nolan turned in 12 hours of community service this morning.
Okay. Okay, that's a good start. And you still owe $75 on your fines. It doesn't say you paid $500, it doesn't say when it was paid.
I paid it my last court date, sir.
Okay.
But I'm paying 60 today also.
All right, put you down for that. I'll set you for March 3rd also. If you get it finished, and you should, you don't have to come back. March 3rd, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock, because it's a Senate.
How many more hours is that, sir?
I'm showing, well, after 12, 34 hours left.
34?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See the clerk to make the payment.
You said March 3rd?
March 3rd.
Okay.
State of Ohio versus Kyle L. Akers on a recall, case number TRC 222527, standing date.
Okay, you need to be here for community service tomorrow morning, 7:30. What do you say?
Yes, sir. You also said I overheard the dog pound as well as available.
On Sundays.
Okay. And I want to clarify, like, I apologize for any excuse I've had. When I got out of Star recently, I jumped back into life, and I've, been on the right path and doing everything and acquired that job. And I just, I put everything else in front of it, and I was not honestly making that a priority. I was under the impression that I had, till the end of my probation to complete it. But I understand the severity of it now, and the opportunity that you're giving me.
Okay, be here in the morning for community service, and you still have 4 days after that. Let's get it done, and and you still have quite a bit of fine to do too, so.
Yeah, I'll make a payment today.
How much are you gonna pay today?
I can pay $100 today.
Okay, see the clerk, make your payment. I'm gonna set your next hearing for February. Did you say Fridays are better for you?
Any day, 'cause I work from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m., so it don't matter.
I'll set it for the 24th, then that's Monday. February 24th is your next hearing. 9 o'clock, you can be discharged, go to the clerk, make your payment. Be here in the morning.
What time?
7:30.
Okay.
Set your alarm.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor,
Does anybody have an alarm clock anymore? Set your phone, everybody's got a phone. Show my age.
but I have an alarm clock sitting inside my
Okay.
But it is electric and digital, so it's not the old.
No, you're going way back.
You don't have to mind Your Honor, I know that there was somebody that was sitting in the courtroom, and Josh checked with them.
I think they were indeed good.
They went to report in to the clerk. I don't know whether they had not been ordered or not, so I don't know if we'll have any other cases or not, but right now we don't have anything.
Okay, I just wanted to worry.
Well,
Can I approach you again?
Yes.
You discharged it. I didn't do that. I didn't. This is the way.
Okay.
We lost charge.
Thank you.
looking for the folder.
It's a review.
See,
Yeah, it's here. We still have the file.
okay, let's put this on the record too, on Robert Hensley, we can look him up. He was at RRS and was discharged for violation of rules. Let's see if we can find him. Okay, we'll go ahead and issue a warrant for him, for Robert Hensley, for leaving treatment. We'll keep it on the docket. We had a hearing date in March. You can keep it on the docket for them, but I want to warrant go ahead. This should be placed in this file. Now, posted notes. That was CRB 23 through 24.
No, I'm just told that that's done, review.
Okay, court's adjourned.
Metal in my rock.
Every time I know my notes run for like 4 minutes, and I'm just like,
Thank you. It's a reminder. Hi, y'all. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Okay, so now I gotta do this. Please get back to this. And then I gotta figure out. So this Joanna Harris, Christopher Ford, what happened to these?
Well, I have to, this,
This is girl didn't get it right. I'll have to check. Let me look.
I think I can tell you.
Let me go check.
What's all good? Ron, somebody spilled something all over that seat.
God. Somebody,
That was your girl.
somebody.
It wasn't even one of our drinks.
No.
We can't even get in trouble for it.
Who's coming to find you?
Who's coming to find you?
Oh, it's a big day, big day, today. What an exciting day.
An exciting
It just
day?
gets better all the time.
Oh, after your phone call about, I emailed the judge. That was the contact I got. Emailed the judge, said that, what? With our request.